Hotel. Welcome back to Matthew Daniels TV. I'm your host, Matthew Daniels, the writer, the author, the scribe, and family, the bookworm. But I'm not just a bookworm. I am the real bookworm. Make sure you get it right. Uh, I have a good one for y'all today, but I also have a serious one for y'all today. Officer Shives, you see the title. Officer Shives exposed, working as Mayor Johnson security detail at the Showboat. I'm going to give a brief recap for people who haven't been following this story. So for the people who have been following this story, bear with me. My avatar on the screen, Big Game Hunting, that's a book, one of the books that I've written. And the book is documenting the fight that me and my brother waged against corruption within our hometown of Texas City, Texas, and surrounding cities. We exposed corruption on all levels within the police department, within the city government, within the local news medias around here, within the court systems, anywhere corruption reared its ugly head, we were there, boots on the ground fighting. And so I wrote a book documenting our fight against this corruption. I put in names, dates, locations, evidence to prove that the corruption that I said we were fighting against was actual factual corruption. Since publishing this work, my brother and I, of course, have been promoting it. But we have also been going around giving the individuals that I named in this book an opportunity to go on the record and say whether or not I lied or if what I said in the book is true. Because when you're talking about big names and you're talking about corruption, you don't want to slander. You don't want to defame anyone's character. You don't want to lie. You don't want to make things up. And so I felt it right to go to the individuals that's mentioned in the book and address them about the things that I said in the book. Give them an opportunity, per se, to go on the record. The mayor of Texas City, Mayor Dedrick Johnson, he is mentioned in the book Big Game Hunting by Matthew Daniels. His name actually appears in the title of chapter 3. Now, he wasn't mayor when he was involved in events that got him mentioned in the book Big Game Hunting. He was actually one of the city commissioners of Texas City. And so due to some corruption that was going on while he was commissioner in Texas City, he's mentioned in the book because his paths crossed ours in our fight against corruption. Now, fast forward to January the 13th, 2022. You now have Mayor Dedrick Johnson, who is holding a meeting, a public meeting open to the public at the Showboat called Community Conversations with Mayor Dedrick Johnson, where he has invited the community to come out and ask him questions and have a conversation about whatever the citizen wants to have a conversation or ask a question about. So my brother and I, we decided to show up to community conversations, but we wanted to ask questions pertaining to the corruption. What is his stance on it? Is he going to apologize for past things that he said? You know, I wanted to know if he was going to say that the things that I said about him was true, or were the things that I said about him a lie. So we went there to address the corruption. Now, while we were there addressing the corruption, family, we're trying to address the corruption. My brother was assaulted by a Texas City Police Department officer, and we were thrown out of the meeting before we could properly get our questions answered. And it always felt as if it was some type of operation geared towards not allowing us to address the corruption. It always felt like there was an operation targeting us. It always felt like before that meeting at the Showboat, the mayor and others, Texas City Police Department officers and possibly others, had conversations and meetings to discuss what they were going to do at the Showboat. Now, at the Showboat, The officer that assaulted my brother was an officer by the name of Shives. The officer whose name is in the title of this video. Officer Shives exposed working as Mayor Johnson's security detail at the Showboat. So what I'm going to do, family, now that I have gotten you up to speed, we're going to get right into it. Now that I've gotten you up to speed, we're going to get right into it. Okay, I'm just pulling up a screen share, family. Give me just a second. Just pulling up a screen share. Okay. This one. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's do this right. Officer Shives exposed. Officer Shives was working as part of Mayor Johnson's Dignitary Protection Unit when he assaulted my brother and threw us out of a public meeting. Wow. So who you see on the screen to your left, that is Officer Shives. He's the star of today's program. Directly in the middle of your screen with the sweater and white pants, that's my brother who was assaulted by Officer Shives. And the man with the long beard and black jacket, I no longer have the long beard, but that is yours truly, Matthew Daniels. Now, this is the moment we are being thrown out of the Showboat, and he's threatening to take us to jail if we don't get off of the property. So I just wanted to start with that so y'all can see Officer Shives. Let's hit it with this one. This is a little more light. A little more light. This is Officer Shives kicking us out. Now, the first thing I want to do, because everybody hasn't been following this story, what I want to do is I want to go back to the body cam footage, and I want you guys to see. I want you guys to see Officer Shives kicking us out, throwing us out for no reason, and then we're going to expose Officer Shives, right? And we're going to see exactly why Officer Shives did that. Okay, so hold on. Bam, bam, bam. All right, so this is the body cam footage from that night. I have several. This is one of the body cam footages from that night. Now, Shives, Officer Shives, is standing off to the right of the screen. He's standing up against the glass. He's the only officer standing up against the glass off to the right, right at the end of the row of tables. I'm circling him with my mouse. Now, directly across, right here, y'all seen the picture that I showed in the front. Y'all saw the type of sweater my brother had on, and I had on a black jacket. That's me and my brother. We're sitting right there. Now, Shives, now look, family, it's all going to make sense. He's already strategically placed directly in line with me and my brother. Look at it. Look at it. Now, I'm going to show you why he's there. And it's all going to become clear that it had everything to do with us. So me and my brother were sitting here. Shives is right here. Now, what you're going to notice is Shives is going to look down at his phone as if he's getting some type of message. And then he's going to engage me and my brother. So pay attention to Shives, but pay attention to me and my brother, and look to see if we deserve to be thrown out. Use your mind. Let's roll that footage.
Did you know about this book and also are the claims made about you in the book true? Well, I've never read the book, so I don't know if the claims are true, but that's all I can say about that. But thank y'all very much.
Y'all saw that? Y'all saw when he assaulted my brother? That pat on the back, that hit, that's unwanted physical contact. He can't do that. And especially what he was saying, he was telling my brother that he need to just, hush up, hush up, hush up, hush up, hush up. It's crazy.
Did you know about this book and also are the claims made about you in the book true? Well, I've never read the book, so I don't know if the claims are true, but that's all I can say about that. But thank y'all very much for coming tonight. I want to tell you all that next month, on February 10th, we will have this again, Community Conversations, February the 10th, next month, and that will be in Harvard.
Look, you can see that I have the book Big Game Hunting in my hand. That's what we there about. That's what, and remember, it's predominantly about a corrupt police department. The Texas City Police Department being corrupt. They the stars of the show with Big Game Hunting, not Dedrick Johnson. He's not the star, right? The star is the Texas City Police Department. You see? So they're more than happy to do this. Man, and look off to the right. You see that lady looking out the corner of our eyes? This was embarrassing, because here I am. I have books in the library. I'm a respected author. I'm an upstanding member of society. I have people that look up to me. People respect me. You see, and then they'll see something like this and see, oh, Matthew Daniels, and his brother, they were getting thrown out of a meeting as if we were doing something wrong. But what's going to come out is no, we were not doing anything wrong. What you're seeing really is our rights being violated. That's what this is. That's what this boiling down to. What you see is our rights being violated. You're seeing us being humiliated. You're seeing us being like publicly shamed. This walk of shame. Why you throwing us out this meeting, man? You got everybody looking at us, man. And it's like, when I try to come out and I'll talk about my books, it may be people looking at me like, I don't want to buy that guy's book. I just saw, I saw him get thrown out the Showboat. Why did Shives do that?
How is the Raymond? Thank you very much. How is the Raymond? Ballroom, the little event center, which is going to be somewhere on the south side of campus. So you got to go. Get your coat. Hold on. Brother. Can you crack it on my back? That's assault, bro. That's assault. I'm like, no. I'm not getting no official. You crack it on my back. That's assault. No, that's not mine. We can let you talk, bro. Can I ask you why? So this brother in the public meeting, that's
okay. So just to get y'all up to speed, so Officer Shives, you just saw it for yourself, family. You can rewind it, play it back again. Why did he throw us out, family? But you want to know what a better question is? Why is he even there? Let's start with that. I've already told you, but why is he even there? Full police uniform. Why was he standing across from me and my brother? Was he there to did he just want to listen to Mayor Johnson talk and speak? Did he want to be a part of the community conversations? And look, check this out, family. I'm gonna show y'all something. Now this is wild, man. This wild. We first started asking why was Shives even there from some other body cam footage that we got. We obtained the body cam footage from 3 different officers. And when we let me slow down. After my brother was assaulted at the Showboat, like that same night, when we walked out the building, we went and jumped inside of the car and we drove directly to the police department to file on Shives for assaulting my brother. And so we also got the body cam footage from that night of the officer that took my brother's complaint. Now, when we were talking to that officer, he exposed Shives on accident, and it put us on Shives' trail. I'm going to show you what he said that tipped us off. Oh, hold on. Let me get it first. I gotta get it first. But I'm gonna show y'all what he said that tipped us off. Okay, give me just a second. I thought I had already had that one loaded up, but I didn't. I got it now though. Okay. All right. So let me share screen. So what I'm about to show you guys now, I'm showing you guys a lot of documentation right now, bit by bit. Bit by bit. But I'm actually showing you guys a lot that when you put it together, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Now, this is the body cam footage. Let me just hit play. Now, this is the body cam footage from the officer inside the jail, the Tech City Police Jail. Now, he's coming to take our complaint. Now, we're just gonna let it roll for about a minute. Y'all can see it unfold, and I'm gonna pause it on the part where he exposes Shives.
Hello, gentlemen.
Man, when I was rewatching this, I was like, y'all know that telephone game? You tell somebody something, they tell somebody something, they tell somebody something, and stuff kind of get lost. It was like, man, by the time we had made it to the police station, we couldn't really remember if his name was Shives or Shivers, Shives or Shivers, which turned out to be a good thing because my brother, he was live streaming on his YouTube channel when it happened. And there was people in the comments when somebody started saying Shivers, then they said Shives, and people in the comments was like, no, it was Shives. And so you're going to see me ask that officer, right? And that's just how it go. When I asked him, it prompted him to expose Shives, unfortunately for Shives.
Hello, gentlemen. Okay. Okay. Well, here's a complaint form. I need you to fill that out, okay? Don't worry about the time. Yes, sir. Sergeant Picard, badge number 2901. You're good, man.
Do y'all have an officer Shives or Shivers?
Officer who?
Shives or Shivers?
Officer Shives.
Shives?
Yes,
How you spell
I think it's SHIV.
it?
Yeah, something like that. He's not on my shift.
Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Listen.
Officer who?
Shives or Shivers?
Officer Shives.
Shives? How you spell it?
I think it's SHIV. Yeah, something like that. He's not on my shift.
He's not on my shift. He's not on my shift. Now, listen, my brain instantly went to cranking. We just left from the Showboat where this officer in full police garb, man, in full police garb, assaulted my brother and threw us out of a meeting. And the only thing in my mind was, man, we got to be getting thrown out because they don't want to talk about big game hunting. But how do you prove that, right? But that's all I'm thinking in my mind. And so when we get to the police station, And this guy said, oh, he's not on my shift. Like, what do you mean he's not on your shift? You're here working. He's out there working. What is he doing there? That was automatically in my mind as soon as I heard him say that.
Officer who? Shives or Shivers? Officer Shives. Shives? I think it's SHIV. Yeah, something like that. He's not on my shift.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? He's not on my shift. He's not on my shift. And I really can't tell, I can't tell he's not on your shift because he was definitely working, right? Hold on. Wait a minute. He's not on your shift. Okay. Maybe we got was it the wrong guy, or did we get the wrong guy? Was it the wrong guy? Let's see. What was this? Was this Officer Shives, man?
The event center, which is going to be so on the south side here. Get your phone. That's assault, bro. That's assault.
Well, he has thank you for the confession. Thank you for identifying yourself. Next time pull out some ID as well. But he just said that his name was Shives. Harrell and Shives. Okay, Shives. Okay, Shives. Right? Okay, Shives. So, hold on. Let me see. Boom. Officer Shives exposed. Officer Shives was working as part of Mayor Johnson's Dignitary Protection Unit when he assaulted my brother and threw us out of a public meeting. Wow. So we were thrown out of this public meeting for nothing. Let's get that established. Us being thrown out of this public meeting was a violation of our rights, and we they just didn't want to address the corruption. We were being silenced. We were being targeted. This was not random. They talked about what they were going to do at this meeting at the Showboat before it transpired. And what I'm telling you guys is they talked about my brother and I specifically. Yes, they did. But now can I prove that this Shives, who assaulted my brother and threw us out, who was not supposed to be working on that shift, can I prove, family, that he was indeed working as part of the mayor's Dignitary Protection Unit that night? So what we have here, family, is the payroll sheet for the time period in question for who? The name is highlighted at the top for you. Brandon Shives. Brandon Shives. And so if you look to the left of your screen where it says date, end, time, etc., week, blah, 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 you see some dates. So we see January 1st, 2022, January 3rd. So the night of the Showboat was January the 13th, 2022. And as we can see, Officer Brandon Shives was clocking in overtime hours at the Showboat at the talk with the mayor. working as part of the mayor's Dignitary Protection Unit. So we have an officer who worked his shift, could have been home with his family, but instead he's in full police uniform, standing post directly across from my brother and I at the Showboat, where we have already announced, my brother and I had already announced that we were going there to talk about corruption in the book Big Game Hunting. Right? We were going there to talk about that. And so you have this guy getting overtime who's there as the Dignitary Protection Unit. Okay, Shives, who were you there to protect the mayor from? What did you think you were protecting the mayor from? This is what it really comes down to. Like, have you guys really been wasting taxpayer dollars on law-abiding citizens? Really? Man, I go to work, I come home, I take care of my wife and my children, and I write and sell my books. That's what I do. I go to work, I come home, I take care of my wife and children, I write and sell my books. Now, I also hold people accountable, but that's all I do with my life. Right? So you mean to tell me if me and my brother decide to go to a public meeting, there will be meetings about the meeting and what to do inside of the meeting, and officers will assault my brother and throw us out of the meeting for just trying to address corruption. You would be more corrupt because we're trying to address corruption. Y'all see it, January 13, 2022, talk with the mayor. He was getting overtime hours working as part of the mayor's Dignitary Protection Unit at the Showboat. When he did what y'all just saw him do. So this guy is working overtime hours as the mayor's, listen to me, as the mayor's personal security detail. And this is what he does that night. This is what he was there for. Look, this is what he was there for. Family, open your eyes. Just open your eyes. It's sick.
Did you know about this book that also are the claims made about you in the book true? Well, I've never read the book, so I don't know if the claims are true, but that's all I can say about that. But thank you all very much for coming tonight. I want to tell you all that next month, on February 10th, we will have this again, Community Conversations, February 10th, next month, and that will be in College of the Mainland. Thank you very much. College of the Mainland, all the little event center, which is going to be somewhere on the south side of campus. Get your phone. That's a song, bro. That's a song. That's a song. Can I ask you why? So
and then I want y'all to notice something. Like, man, y'all out of there, man. When I start asking Shives, what's the reason he's doing this? He couldn't even give me an answer. Did y'all peep that? He couldn't even give me an answer. When I was saying, but why? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting us out? Just please leave or you're going to jail. Leave or you're going to jail. Leave or you're going to jail. But why though? Okay, and we keep saying like calmly, okay, we'll leave, but why are you telling us to leave? You haven't even expressed yourself logically yet. And then the other cop that just jumped in said disrupting a public meeting. Well, if he felt like we were disrupting a public meeting, why didn't he address it? Just foolishness. He just said that, right? And the fact that he said it and not Shives just exposes them and their foolishness.
Can I ask you why? So this brother in the public
Man, he at that point, it may have been sinking it. Now, the depth of what he got himself into couldn't have sunk in because he was probably instructed to do something like this. And so he probably thought that it was okay, just following orders. But it's never okay to violate someone's rights, and I don't know why they told this guy that this type of behavior was acceptable. I don't know what they told him about me and my brother. I don't know what he personally, how he feels about me and my brother. I don't know. But this behavior right here is totally unacceptable. And police officers, it seems, gets away with stuff like this far too often. Far too often. And it has become so corrupt to where now if you even want to talk about corruption, or even if you want to challenge the politics of the day, if you want to offer dissent to how things are going, or if you want to challenge the status quo at a public meeting, the mayor of Texas City held a meeting open to the public, literally called Community Conversations with Mayor Dedrick Johnson. We show up to have a conversation and we are denied the right to engage in that meeting, denied our rights so far to where officers actually put us out and just made up a reason at the end. Oh, disrupting a public meeting. And as bad as that was when it happened, now on the back end, now that we're coming to realize that our suspicions were correct, this was an operation. Okay? The officer that assaulted my brother and threw us out of the meeting was quite literally working for the Dignitary Protection Unit. He was working as part of the mayor's personal detail, security detail. So now, Shives, we have to have more conversations in a more structured environment, if you know what I mean. We have to have a deeper conversation in a more structured environment. We need to talk to all of the officers that were a part of this Dignitary Protection Unit from that night. We need to know what you know, when you knew it, and who you knew it from. We need to talk about the meeting that took place on January the 10th to discuss the details of the Dignitary Protection Unit plans for the week. We need to talk about that. Every single officer, 6 officers, every single officer who was working as a part of that Dignitary Protection Unit that night needs to come forward and come clean. Shives, you're not the only name that we know. But since you are you're so clearly busted with your hand in the cookie jar, what will probably be in your best interest is you need to just tell us who told you to do that, or why did you do that? What led to you doing that? If you're there as the Dignitary Protection Unit, what do you do? You got some explaining to do, Shives. Don't take the fall for these people, okay? You could probably, you might got a family, that needs you, wife and kids. You can't go to prison for somebody else's crime. You cannot go to prison for somebody else's crime. And what I'm gonna do too, because we got it, I'm gonna show you guys Shives body cam footage. Just because we have it, and I want this stuff to be out there. I want people to be able to grab this, get the video, do whatever they want with it, because this needs to be exposed. This really, really, really needs to be exposed. This violation of rights, man. This violation of rights needs to be exposed.
Here's a question. It says, Mr. Mayor, last question. Call big game. No. Did you know about this also? Are the claims made about you true? Well, not every book. So I don't know if the claims are true, but that's all I can say about that. But thank y'all very much.
Man, I want to show y'all something. I kept pausing and unpausing because I wanted a clear picture, but see this guy right here in the center of the screen that I'm circling with the blue jean pants? He's looking. You see how hard he's looking at what's going on? Let me show y'all something. I'm finna show y'all something, man. Check this out. Let me find it. Hold on. Then we're gonna go right back to that. We're gonna go right back to that. Cause this is crazy. This is crazy. That guy. Keep the image of that guy in your mind. All right? Keep the image of that guy in your mind. Now this is that guy. Okay? When they put me and my brother out and we walked out, when we walked outside, that gentleman that I was just pointing at, he got up to follow us outside. And when he did, it was somebody in the crowd. See, he posted on Facebook. They kicked Matthew Daniels, Joshua YG Daniels out of the meeting for expressing his grievance, blah, blah, blah. He posted his video on Facebook. But when I was watching his video of us getting kicked out, this guy exposed himself. When he stood up to follow us out, his handcuffs became visible. And so he's a Tech City police officer too, and we know exactly who he is. But he wasn't even logged in as a Dignitary Protection Unit that night. He's just there with handcuffs. He is just there with handcuffs and in plain clothes, following us out when we get put. Look at that, handcuffs. More on that later. Because what we're gonna have to do, like a whole show on that guy. We're gonna have to do a whole show on that guy alone, because it's a lot to unpack that took place there that night. It's a lot to talk about, and I'm not gonna talk about it all here right now. We just dealing with Shives. So when we go back, look, that's him. He has handcuffs. Now, look where he's sitting, directly across from us. Now I want to show y'all something. Look at the guy that I said at the handcuffs. Now in front of him, if you go up towards the stage, you're going to see a man in like a maroon sweater right here. That's Captain Cravens. Well, I think he just recently got promoted, but at this time he was Captain Cravens. Now, he had a meeting with another Texas City Police Department officer about what the Dignitary Protection Unit was going to be doing for that week. Now, this meeting at the Showboat was one of those things that the Dignitary Protection Unit was going to be doing for that week. So this officer in plain clothes had a meeting about this meeting that we're at right now with all of these other officers, with Shives, with the chief, and with this plainclothes officer with handcuffs with him. Now, I'm going to see if I can get a picture.
Thank you, sir. February 10th.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm going to show y'all one more individual. If he can be seen. Let me see.
Call big game pressure. Did you know about this book is also are the claims made about you in the book true? Well, I've never read this book, so I don't know if the claims are true, but that's all I can say about that. But thank y'all very much for coming tonight. I want to tell you all that next month, on February 10th, we will have this again, community conversations, February the 10th next month, and that will be in College of the Mainland. Thank you very much. College of the Mainland, ballroom, and those event center, which is going to be somewhat on the south side.
Officer Shives. It's I don't have the card. Officer Shives.
That's the song.
I'm asking you what
Why? Can I get the right there till you leave? That's the song. No, that's not mine. Can I get the
I'm asking one more time and you both go to jail.
I'm just asking.
You're still on the hopping. I'm asking you to leave.
Can I ask you why?
Please leave the hospital.
Wait, can I?
Yes.
So disrupting the public meeting. Yes. That's on the street.
For real, let me get you. That's the one that hit me on the back. This one that soft on my back. I'm finna go follow that soft on you, bro. For touching me in that place.
Please leave.
Y'all have a good evening. Say that right now.
Yes, sir.
That was disgusting. But look. Remember I told y'all, look in the background at the door. Remember I told y'all that guy with the handcuffs was a cop that followed us out? So he got up and followed us out. And he pretended like he was bringing us a pen that he knew didn't belong to me or my brother. There he is right there. He followed us. He tried to follow us. He followed us out there. All these cops, you know. It was 6 different police officers working for the Dignitary Protection Unit that night. Right now, it's about, I don't know how many it was back then, but the records show now that it's about 15 officers that work as part of the Dignitary Protection Unit. So that was almost half. You got 6, that's almost half of all of the Dignitary Protection Unit officers. Then there were other officers that were in there. And they are probably part of the Dignitary Protection Unit as well, but they just weren't logging the hours at that point as the Dignitary Protection Unit. The whole Dignitary Protection Unit might have been there. That's how crazy this seems to be getting. So, unfortunately, Officer Shives, you have been exposed working as Mayor Johnson's security detail at the Showboat that night. So it's a lot more questions that have to be answered. Listen, what y'all guys need to do, y'all need to get that book, Big Game Hunting by Matthew Daniels. You can get it at www.dandyandbigherm.com. Wait a minute. I should have put this up at the beginning. So you can get the book at that website that's scrolling, www.dandyandbigherm.com. And if you want to financially support our efforts to hold all corrupt officials accountable, and especially hold them accountable for the humiliation they just tried to cause me and my brother, You could donate to the Cash App at $ the real bookworm. I greatly appreciate it. And I think we're finna go and get up off of here, family. I think I proved my point. Officer Shives, you were definitely working as the mayor's personal security detail that night. Oh, what a tangle web we weave, man. It's about to get good, family. Y'all purchase that book. Y'all get that book. It's also available on Amazon. If you don't want the signed copy, you can get it on Amazon. Y'all get that book because it's TikTok. They on the clock. It's just getting bigger and better. This whole thing is about to blow up in their faces. They tried to suppress the voices that were challenging the corruption, and they just couldn't do it. It's a wrap. We got them, family. We got them.